Yo, what's up? My name's SUBCHVRGE. Today we're going to be breaking down my track Take Me Higher, which is off the PrismaScope EP. I'll leave a link down below in the description if you'd like to check it out. But let's hop into the project file. I'll show you how I wrote the song. So we'll start with the intro synths. So this is a Diva preset right here. It's just a little pluck. And then I have a melody right here that I resampled from my sample pack, the Charge Pack Volume 1, which is out right now. I'll leave a link down in the description if you'd like to check it out. But continuing on, this is a NASCO sort of backing tonal effect sample. That's pretty cool. Hopping up into the atmosphere section. Got an atmosphere right here that I believe is from the sample pack as well. Another sample pack atmosphere. Have a cashmere ambience. Pretty cool. And then another one right here. Just really sort of filling up different ends of the frequency spectrum. So. And in conjunction with the synths. That's pretty cool. I also have some ambience up here, more of just like a nature effect. It's kind of cut up in different ways to really put forth a sense of movement, you know? It's not like just a full-on thing. Also, okay, I didn't know it was reversed. Apparently it's reversed. Okay. Interesting. All right, so that pretty much covers everything there. Bar 9, we get into some more sort of ambiences and synths effects. This is a forest critter call. Lots of washout on this. Main thing sounds like this. But what I have, lots and lots and lots of delay and reverb, and yeah, shouts out bass clefs, easy washout. We have an effect stem right here. Nice little low end impact, sort of like a sub heavy impact, and then a bunch of white noise and washed out effects on top. The Vox stem. Kara's splice pack right here. Kara's sample pack. Let's see, auto tune on it. Bunch of reverb. A little bit of stereo widening on some of the layers. We also have a Cashmere Female Valley Singer loop down here. I think this was done using the shimmer pad that I have, shimmer pad rack. It's basically a rack with some washout on it, about halfway up, and then Valhalla Shimmer just cranked all the way up. It basically makes a pad out of any tonal sound that you could think of. So vocals, synths, whatever, it basically makes a pad out of anything, which is super fun. But yeah, it looks like I used it on this vocal loop, which is why you're getting all these super heavy reverby kind of tones out of it. Super cool. But yeah, that kind of encapsulates everything you're gonna have in the next 8 bars. Together sounds like this. The sub bass right here as well. I sort of filtered out the low end of the sub bass so I can have it hit super hard on the drop. So like it's, yeah. There's washout on it, which also affects the filter. So essentially, what you have right here is a really thick sub bass, but I filtered out there was like some weird erosion on top of it. Like which, I mean, it sounds cool, but not in context. So I filtered that out at least a little bit, and then applied some washout, which sort of brought it a little bit back in, but it also took out a lot of the low end. And just to be sure, I did it again right here with some more EQ saturator, and then another EQ to cut out more low end that the saturator brought back in. And basically what that's doing is creating like a little bit of a filtered sort of bass line. I don't know if you can hear that without headphones, but yeah, it's like a super reverby in the distance sort of bass line coming in right here, and that changes once the drop hits to where it goes to like a full-on. Again, might not be able to hear that without headphones, but yeah, very, very cool. I love that. This is the Sheets sub, which I believe is in the Special Sauce subs pack. You can pick that up right now as well on my Gumroad. But yeah, no, this was like a really nice little sub bass loop. I didn't have to do too much to it, if anything at all. I think I just left it at 0 and called her good. So very cool. Yeah, let's move into more of the build-ups. We have this little string coming in. Also have whatever this is. Looks like a string sample that I resampled, probably using the shimmer rack again. If not, then some washout and a bunch of reverb on it as well. What else? We have some effects up here. I think I covered these already. Bar 17 is when we have a few more things coming in, like this levitate impact right here. Kinda cool. And then this effect stem right here. There's like a virtual riser, like a few of my own risers as well. Yeah, VR riser, a few of my risers in there. We have some risers down here from Cashmere's pack again. Very tensiony kind of risers. This a choir riser and a string riser, so very cinematic almost. Got some Vox up here, probably just a little bit more of the same, but yeah, we're kind of repeating it a bit. Kind of building up to the drop right here. And as far as drop or build up drums go, so this is a basically just like a build up stem that I have from a different project. A bunch of 808 snares and kicks and sort of top end loops. Some like rhythmy kind of drums in there as well, but just really short, like a really hard attack and like really short sustain, so like very choppy and stuff like that. And then we also have this is actually a clap from my sample pack right here. Yeah, wrong thing. Browser. Yeah, there it is. Tracker clap. Super cool. And filtered out a bunch of the low end again. Added a little bit more reverb. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. Let's head into the drop right about now. So it's kind of wet, squelchy, but still very tonal and lots of melodic content in here. So let's hop in here. See what we got. We have an eliminate bass glitch. I think I cut this up and added some really weird processing to it. Yeah, there's a freeze right here, so I'm pretty sure I messed with that. Forest Lurker, what does this sound like? Yeah, so that's the original sound, and this is what I made out of it. I'm sure there's pitch map on there, fresh air, probably some frequency shifting as well. Definitely some really weird volume automation with cuts, probably utilized with Shaperbox. I probably put Shaperbox before all of the tonal stuff too, so the tonal stuff had an opportunity to ring out, as opposed to having Shaperbox afterwards and then having it cut off all the little tonal tails and whatnot. I think there's probably some M comb on there as well, the comb filter from Melda Productions. But definitely pitch map. Next up we have Leotrix loop right here. I'm pretty sure I went to town on this as well. Yeah, there's some EQ on it, but I'm sure that's not the original sound. I'm actually kind of curious. Hi, FM. Yeah, definitely filtering pitch map, a lot of Shaperbox on it as well. Yeah. That's just a really cool kind of layer right there. And then down here we have this ivory loop. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so I basically have my my rack right here. I didn't even know that I had processed the entire bus like this. Okay, cool. So we have 3 dispersers, probably sitting at the exact same place. Filtering out low end of the sides with mid-side EQ. We have pitch map, of course. I'm pretty sure this is in F minor, so this should be an F with a pentatonic minor right here. I don't know why pitch map just displays weirdly, or goes back to default display sometimes, but this should still be in key. Glue compressor. Very cool. Fresh air, just for the high end. And then G-clip, just to ensure that everything's nice and hard. Yep, and then so I mean those are like the main synths from the intro as well. They're just being, again, volume automated and, you know, a little, they're being taken care of. And then this this main bass right here is a chord stack bass loop kind of thing from Nasco's Patreon. Oh, whoops. There it is. And I'm sure there's been comb filtering and pitch map and a bit more volume automation on it as well, probably with some fresh air too. Trying to recall all the processing I did to these is very difficult sometimes because I go on crazy like jam sessions where I won't even know what I've done to a sound anymore and it'll come out weird. This one I don't think is too different though. It's tough to say. It's honestly tough to say, but yeah, this is the main sort of sound behind this track. But yeah, that's mainly it. I can cover the drums as well. I'll take a look at the drop drums up here. So I have a kick and cymbals and a snare from Nasco's Patreon, as well as, again, the clap from my sample pack. So without it, with it, just adds a little bit more brightness, high end to the snare sample. On my sample, the low end is cut out, and I do have some fresh air again to accentuate that brightness and ensure that the clap, the kick clap, snare, whatever you want to call it, is coming through really nice and tight. So yeah, that is the end of the song. I just wrote one drop for this song because I feel like that's all it really needed. Dubstep structure in most songs in this day and age usually call for 2 drops, but for me, like, I was happy with this. You know what I mean? I don't know. I want to feed into the conformity, man. No. No, basically, like I was just really happy with the one drop. I think taking the song and fleshing it out into two drops would have just like kind of been stretching it too thin, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. A lot of times I'm just really happy with one drop and I only really play one drop of a song live, so like sometimes one drop is good enough, man. You know, if somebody really likes the song, put it on repeat, increase those streams because they're able to listen to it more. I don't know. There's a multitude of excuses slash explanations as to why somebody would write a dubstep track with one drop, but for me, ultimately, all that aside, I just really liked it, and I thought that it was a really cool idea, and I felt like taking it to another drop would have just been like forcing myself to try and stretch out a song that I didn't feel like needed a second drop. So, um, to me, it sounded okay, and it worked well enough to where I was just like, you know what? We'll just call this one good. So yeah, thank you so much for checking out the video, for listening to the song. Again, I'll leave links in the description to the song as well as my sample pack, Charge Pack Volume 1, which is out right now. I use some of the samples from the pack in the song, so definitely feel free to check it out, scoop it up. So I have atmospheres and effects in one, I have bass loops and bass shots in another, and then I have drums. So if you're just looking for a specific type of sound, then you can pick up a sort of standalone pack for whatever you might need. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. My name is SUBCHVRGE. This has been the Take Me Higher track breakdown, project file breakdown, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good one.